Hello and welcome. Today, I want to share a story with you. It's about a simple but really powerful idea that sits right at the heart of how we protect our digital worlds. It's a story about a choice. You know, that choice we all have to make sometimes between what's easy and what's right.
Have you ever heard this one? Why can't I just have full access? Maybe you've even asked it yourself. It's a fair question. It usually comes from a good place, a desire to just get things done, to be efficient. But hiding inside that simple request, there's a pretty big risk. The kind of risk that can quietly and slowly unravel everything we work so hard to protect.
So, to really understand the weight of this question, we're not going to look at complicated charts or a bunch of data. Instead, we're going to step into a moment in someone's life and see the world through their eyes. So meet Alex. He's new to his job, he's bright, and he genuinely wants to help people. You know that feeling? He gets real joy out of solving a problem and making someone's day just a little bit smoother. His morning starts out pretty quiet, just the gentle hum of the server room. But that peace is about to be broken by one simple request. A message pops up. It's from a senior colleague, someone he looks up to. They're on a tight deadline, and you can feel the pressure. To them, this request is just a tiny roadblock, a quick fix to get their work done. And Alex? Well, Alex feels that pressure too. He really wants to be the guy who helps, who clears the path. And right here, in this moment, Alex is facing his first real test. His mind is kind of split. The helpful part of him, the people pleaser, just wants to say yes in a heartbeat. I mean, it would only take a few clicks, problem solved, right? But there's this other, quieter voice, the one that remembers his training, that whispers a little warning. It's just a feeling in his gut that the easiest path isn't always the safest one. And just then, in that moment of hesitation, Sarah, the senior architect, happens to walk by. She's one of those people who can just see the whole chessboard, not just the next move. She sees the conflict on Alex's face and, well, she knows exactly what's going on. But instead of just giving him an order, she decides to offer him a story. She says gently, "Hey, Alex, let's talk about something called the principle of least privilege." Now I know, it sounds a bit restrictive, doesn't it? But she explains, it's not about holding people back. It's actually a promise we make to everyone that we'll protect this place by giving each person the exact tools they need to do their job, and not a single one more. Sarah smiles, and she makes it even simpler. Imagine this whole company, she says, is a castle. When we grant someone access, we're basically handing them a key. Our most important job as guardians is to give them the key to the one specific room they need to be in, not the master key that unlocks every single door in the entire castle. In fact, she says, pointing over to a diagram on her screen, our systems kind of work like that. See? On the outside, you've got the outer wall, the network perimeter. Then you've got the inner keep, our data centers. And deep inside, the vault, with all our most sensitive data. We don't just hand out master keys at the front gate. We build a secure, specific path for each person, straight to the one room they need. It's a key that only works for one door. Then Sarah's tone gets a little more serious. Now, imagine a shadow, someone trying to get inside. Imagine that shadow gets their hands on just one of our keys. Which key would you rather they have? The one that opens a single door, or the one that opens them all? She asks Alex to really picture it. A single account gets compromised. And it can happen to anyone, you know? One bad click, one clever email. If that person has a key to just their own room, well, the damage is contained. But what if they were given the master key? Just for a little while, just for convenience?
Because with a master key, an attacker doesn't just get into one room. They own the castle. They can see everything. They can access every piece of data. They have full control. They can just move like a ghost through every single hallway and every vault, completely unseen.
The blast radius, Sarah says, and she just lets those words hang in the air for a second, is massive. One small convenience, one single account with too much power, it doesn't create a small problem. It puts the entire kingdom at risk.
This is why we have these rules, Alex, she explains, her voice warm again. They aren't meant to be roadblocks. Think of them more like our shield walls. They are how we control the damage, how we protect everyone inside. And that's really what containment is all about. We have to work with the belief that a breach is always possible. An enemy might get over the wall someday. So our most critical job is to make sure that if one room falls, the rest of the castle stands strong. You see, when access is limited, the shadow is trapped. It's stuck in that one room.
It can't wander the halls. The data exposure is minimized, and most importantly, it buys us time. Precious time for the Guardians, people like you and me, Alex, to find the threat and defend the castle. As Sarah's story ends, Alex looks back at his screen. And that request, the one that seemed so urgent just a few minutes ago, it looks completely different now. The pressure is gone. And in its place is this deep sense of clarity, a new understanding of his purpose. He finally sees the difference. An operator who's just focused on the task at hand asks, "Can I give this access?" But an architect, a true guardian, asks a much deeper question: should I give this access? The focus shifts from the immediate request to the long-term risk.
In that moment, something really fundamental changes in Alex. He realizes his job isn't just to open and close gates whenever someone asks. His real calling is to be a guardian, to protect the castle, its treasures, and all the people inside it with wisdom and foresight.
And that brings us right back to our central truth. Granting access is never just about making things easier. It is an act of trust. It's a shared responsibility that all of us have to handle with care. So, the next time you encounter a rule that limits your access, maybe remember Alex's story. Remember the castle and its guardians. It's not a wall built to keep you out. It's a shield built to protect everyone inside.
And I'll leave you with just one thought to carry with you. In your own world, what keys are you asking for? And what keys are you handing out? Thank you for joining me today.
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you for watching this video. My name is Naresh. I am the content creator behind this YouTube channel. I have created a community for Citrix learners where I will be posting a lot of details on Citrix products and how to work in Citrix environments. I'm going to mention the link in the video description, so you can click on that link and you can become part of the community. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.